Hello, good evening. It's Roddy here again, and today I'm going to be practicing my English again. I mean, tonight. It's now 8 o'clock in the evening here, so I'm going to be practicing my English again tonight. And for tonight, my topic is Virtua Fighter 3. Yes, Virtua Fighter 3. And while I know that many people don't like that game, it is nevertheless my favorite Virtua Fighter game. Now, disclaimer, I am not a pro Virtua Fighter player, nor am I good at playing Virtua Fighter by any standard. Right? But I just love Virtua Fighter 3. Now, I have tried playing Virtua Fighter 2, Virtua Fighter 4, and Virtua Fighter 5, but to me, Virtua Fighter 3 is special. It's the only Virtua Fighter game that I really, really love. And the reason for it is that it's truly as realistic as any 3D fighting game can be. I like it for the reasons that many people don't like it. Many people don't like the uneven terrain in, the different in some stages in Virtua Fighter 3. But to me, it makes the game truly beautiful. Every uneven terrain stops you from doing bread and butter combos. And that makes the game demanding, and it wants your attention. And just focus. You don't just press buttons and hope for a successful combo. You don't do that. You take your position into account in relation to the opponent and in relation to the terrain or the stage, right? So for example, in the stage of Shundi, the drunken kung fu master, the stage is consisted of many rafts placed next to each other, next to one another, because there are many of them. Yeah, so again, the rafts are placed next to one another, okay? And what's really demanding about that stage, Shundi stage, is that every raft shifts on its own. So if every raft shifts, that means the trajectory of your combos or your movements also shifts. All right? So nothing is guaranteed. You really have to be mindful of your position in relation to the position of your opponent, and in relation to the the up and down movement of every raft. Okay, because it may be the case that you are in this raft and your opponent is on this raft, and they're both shifting. So that's something to be truly thought about while you're playing, while you're trying to beat the hell out of each other. Okay. And in Pi stage, you're fighting in a slope on a rooftop. So, like, instead of a flat stage, you have a flat stage, but it's a slope. All right, and it's a rooftop. So, just imagine it. Like, you know, how do you manage the dynamics of a fight on a slope? Okay, so that's something to be thought about. Okay, but you know, but it doesn't mean that every stage in Virtua Fighter 3 has an even terrain. There are, you know, it doesn't mean that every stage in Virtua Fighter has an even terrain. In fact, there are stages in Virtua Fighter where the terrain is just even. All right, for example, in Akira Yuki's stage, you are in a dojo, okay, and it's even and it's straight. It's really flat, okay. And in Jackie's stage, it's the same. It really is flat, okay. Unlike in Sarah's stage, there are stairs. Okay, and even in Leon's stage, I think it's Leon's stage, so the stage also has stairs. Okay, so you know, that's something to be thought about while you're fighting, okay, your opponent. But then unfortunately, these things that make Virtua Fighter 3 really unique and beautiful, at least for me, are the things that make many people hate it. I don't know why. Like, we want realism, but then when we are given realism, we complain. You know, what the hell is wrong with us people? I don't know. Okay. But in a way, I understand it, because I think that many people want bread and butter combos, okay? Like, when they do this, then this happens. Guaranteed, right? That's what people want. But to me, while that's valuable, okay, I also like that one. But I also like, you know, what you might call uncertain combos. You know, like, your bread and butter combos are only effective insofar as, you know, conditions A and B and C exist at the moment. Okay? So that's something that, you know, I truly appreciate. So, yeah. Virtua Fighter 3 is my favorite Virtua Fighter game. Virtua Fighter 3 TB especially. Okay? Because I've never experienced playing Virtua Fighter 3 in arcades, but I've had some experiences in playing Virtua Fighter 3 TB on my laptop with the help of the emulator Flycast.